age, disability, diagnosis, mental health, religion, race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, indigenous heritage, nation of origin, citizenship status, and gender identity and gender expression. When we say diverse, we are referring to a group of people that includes representation across many sociocultural identities. For example, a group that includes people of many different races or gender identities. When we say inclusive, we mean that the organization group is aware of the history of dominant and targeted identities and is aiming to work against those dynamics. Inclusive organizations are reflective, considerate of positionality, and aim to engage in a process of continued learning on the topic of sociocultural identities, like listening to this audiobook. Chapter 1: Inclusive Teams Are Better Teams. We are at an inflection point. The timeline of the past few years, a steady drumbeat of a world unjust, birthed this book. We were able to write it because we have developed a deep, trusting relationship. That relationship has elevated our work to greater levels. We have seen firsthand the benefit of having a diverse team. We know that relationships across difference can transform not only individuals, but also the greater system around them. We believe that by developing and sustaining relationships across difference like we have, we can build empathy in spaces where stereotypes and bias once stood. We developed our relationship using a number of skills that we were taught or that we developed together. We believe those skills can easily translate to all workplaces, educational settings, and organizations. Thus, we share them with you, using real-life de-identified stories. We identify where things went wrong and provide guidance on what to do next. We believe that by engaging these skills, you can enhance your relationships, create sustainably diverse teams, and reduce bias in the workplace and the world. Jamie's story. The day was finally here. After years of college courses, networking, apprenticeships, and dreaming, Jamie, a Latinx queer woman, studied her reflection in the full-length mirror. As she straightened her blouse and donned her suit jacket, she wondered if her attire was feminine enough to meet people's expectations and masculine enough to be taken seriously. Only one interview away from landing her dream internship at a major advertising agency, she arrived early and confidently navigated the bank of slick glass elevators to the 14th floor. As she strode into the firm's lobby, she caught another quick glimpse of herself, adjusted her hair, and thought, yikes, am I wearing too much eyeshadow? Upon entering the office suite, she was ushered to a conference room where she joined the other interviewees. They nodded and smiled while sizing one another up, pretending not to be competitors. The directors, two older white men, entered the room. They spoke passionately about the history of the agency and shared their vision for the future of the company. As the session came to a close, the senior director slowly scanned the room and said, "We have been told by interns in the past that they were disappointed by the lack of diversity in our workforce. We want you to hear it directly from us. We are working to change that." Promising. Jamie felt the eyes dart to and away from her so fast it was hard to discern if it had really happened. 1 month later, Jamie got the long-anticipated call. "You're in." Still, it took days for it to sink in. Landing this coveted internship would all but guarantee a prosperous career as a creative in the advertising world. 100% of the agency's interns would be offered permanent jobs there or in other leading agencies. Despite Jamie's excitement, day one of the internship began with a familiar angst as she pondered the possible permutations and implications of her many outfit choices. If I wear a dress with heels, will they think I'm trying to look sexy to get ahead at work? Am I overcompensating for being queer, dressing in this predictably feminine way? Pushing these thoughts aside, Jamie made her selections, dressed, and arrived early to begin life at the agency. Jamie took her place among the other chosen ones gathered around the conference table. She immediately began to calculate the identities represented by the internship class. Knowing that the advertising world is historically very homogeneous, she was excited not